Welcome to wildradio.net for the once-in-a-lifetime most exclusive, fantabulous, I'm going to shut up about that, interview ever on wildradio.net. But lo and behold, we have managed to convince Gigi to get into the super tabulous, and I'm going to stop saying that myself, the legendary warlock with all the hots and the dots and the most of the dots. We got the one, the only, the infamous Nyhm, and as well, following in behind him, I should say, is the fantabulous Gigi. I've got to start watching these cheesy movies these days. Welcome aboard, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Fantastic.
Hey.
Alrighty, first off on the hot seated round of questions, and boy, we've got a lot of questions for Nyhm here. Is Nyhm, of course, I already just said that. Ugh. Alrighty, Nyhm, you're described as the godfather of WoW parody music and machinima. You have teamed with a lot of people and machinimated with a lot of people. You have a fan base of a near whopping 100k, with a total viewing of just over 50 million. For those who don't know about you, which I'm rather disappointed they don't, please tell us a little about yourself if you can.
Sure. Let's see. Real name is Brad. I'm 30 years old. I guess I've been doing this stuff for, I think since like 07. I've got a little boy named Gabe. He's 7 years old. I'm married, and obviously I have a lot of time on my hands.
So what made you want to wake up one day and say, hey, I think I might make a WoW parody?
Good question. I think I was driving home from work one day, and like White and Nerdy came on the radio, and that song kicked ass, and I'm like, you know what, I could do that. I bet I could do that shit. So I went home, and I actually, they had an instrumental for the same song, so a lot of people can already tell that I parodied the parody version, not the actual version of it, but I just whipped up some lyrics. I was just bored, I figured, why the hell not, and, I didn't expect to go anywhere with it or do anything. I'm like, maybe in a year I'll get 1,000 views, and that would be kind of cool, and then it kind of exploded and did whatever it did, so it was definitely not on purpose. And I guess the whole parody idea was, I'd always kind of wanted to make a video for something. I'd always watched like Oxhorn and people like that, and a guy that had won some kind of a WoW music contest or whatever, I think their group name was like Drinking from the Fire Hose, and they did that song Dwarf Hunter Named Wedge, and that shit was hilarious. I listened to it all the time, and I was like, there's not enough of this out there. There needs more of funny stuff like this out there. So I guess all that together kind of is, I guess gave me the idea to try this.
It's not bad to end up doing that. What was the end result of doing it? Obviously, crap load of video views and comments.
50 million views later, yeah. I never would have guessed that.
Anything surprising on YouTube? You make one video that's a good hit and you end up getting a crap ton load of views. You've done a lot of True that. You've done a lot of parody-style music relating to the most famous artists such as Eminem, 50 Cent, Bloodhound Gang, Busta Rhymes, and more. Were there any problems at the time you doing these types of parodies before YouTube was all audio blocking back then, which they still are now?
I never really had a lot of issue with that. I know there was a point where a couple of the videos were blocked in certain countries or whatever due to whoever owned the actual rights or whatever was kind of bitching. They blocked the music or whatever, but I never actually had to take it out. And then all I did was kind of fight back with YouTube and told them, I quoted, like, I know when they give you problems with your videos, you have a chance to dispute it. So I disputed it, and I quoted a couple of pieces of like documentation. What the hell's the thing? It's called fair use, I guess, in parody. Something that's like a law. So I tried like shooting that at them, and so I guess it worked. They unblocked it. The only difference that I see now is the people that actually own the audio, the actual music, are there's like an ad for their song on the page. But I can deal with that. But I never actually had anything like totally removed. So I guess I got lucky.
Yes, you did. From the videos I've seen, you've got some creative talent on the artistry side. You made yourself a TCG item, meaning trading card game item. If Blizzard did make you into one, would it be like the one you created in Warlock, Destroy, Burn video, or something entirely different?
Alright, first off, let me say that I wish to God that I did have that artistic talent, but that is not mine. All the stuff that's in the different videos and whatnot, I didn't draw or make any of that stuff. I wish to God I could have, but I've actually met up with a couple of extremely talented artists for doing all this that have done a lot of different pieces of art for me. And but yeah, I didn't do it at all, so I wish. But I don't know the Wildcard game at all. I do play a little Magic every once in a while, so yes, I am a super geek. But as far as the Wildcard game, I've never touched it. I never played it. I think my wife bought a pack of it once just to try to get the little mounts that they were giving out. But I mean, hell, it would be cool. I don't care if I'm like the weakest card in the deck. It would be cool as shit just to have, a card. I don't care if they call it vendor trash Nyhm and they stick it in there and it's like an instant death and you lose the game. I don't care. I want my card. That would be badass.
Everyone wants to be a TCG card, and everyone does. They had the Leroy Jenkins one. Look what happened.
Right, man. See, I just wanted Blizzard to nod at me like
I
once.
vote that you get one.
They never have. They've never nodded to me once. And I guess I have kind of, said some shit over the years about them, but, how many people now claim they play WoW because of seeing these videos? I mean, come on, say something to me.
Well, I was going to say, if whoever's listening, get a petition going to get Blizzard to turn him into a TCG card and what his special effect would be and all that. And yeah, we should get something out of like that and send it into Blizzard, and hopefully he becomes a TCG.
There's
title or
an
NPC.
They could make a character or something. They could do something. Yeah, even like
what was that, Gigi?
Achievement.
Yeah, I was just saying a title or an NPC, dedicated. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if only that could happen, but who knows these days. If someone did do that, would be like, oh my god, I got this! Sorry. Oh, I can do a lot of strange things with my voice. There's a question about that later. I'll explain then. Your first video, Just So OP, was this in relation at the time to people complaining about warlocks being OP back in BC's heyday?
When I wrote it, I think, back when I wrote it, warlocks were retarded. You didn't have to have any skill, and you could just roll your head on the keyboard and win every time. So, yeah, I guess that was kind of like the big thing everybody was talking about. And I gotta say it too, now that people are actually listening to this, that is not my real voice in that video. This is, if you can't tell. I just gotta clarify that because it pisses me off that everybody thinks that that's my real voice and I fixed it in all the rest of them. That's the only video that I've ever done any kind of like voice changing to at all. I know this isn't the question, but I gotta put it out there. But yeah, at the time that was kind of the issue, and I was playing a lot, so I knew a lot about them. So, that's where I could pull from. And at the time, you remember, it was retarded. Warlocks could beat anybody without even trying.
Yeah, there was that Shadowbolt controversy through the Pally's bubble and shit like that.
I just remember, actually, my first tune was a Hunter. Orc Hunter on Horde side. This was like pre-BC and all that. And Warlocks pissed me off because even if I killed them, they'd still get me back with the dots. So I'm like, this is bullshit, I gotta do this. So I had to try it out.
Welcome to the evil side, I reckon. You were sitting on Illyria at the time. What was going on with Illyria and with all the controversy that you were saying about Illyria and Blizzard?
But I'm not following what controversy.
In a couple of your songs, you were blaming Blizzard about Illyria crashing out all the time.
Well, a lot of it's jokes again, but I think I pissed off Illyria pretty bad because at the time, I guess at the height of all this when it was really popular, which I think was probably like 08 or something, to be honest, but there was constant level 1 people coming in wanting to talk to me, and I would always hide because I kind of wanted to just play the game. So it kind of turned into this big joke where people would pick on me and give me shit because all these other people would come to the server just to talk to me. So it spammed the hell out of the early zones, and it was always kind of extra laggy, and whenever the server crashed, they'd blame me, even if it was bullshit. They'd just do it to give me a hard time. But I don't think there was ever any real controversy. It was just more of well, hell, you know how trade chat gets. If you get the wrong troll on the wrong day, you know what they're gonna be like.